All right, welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving straight into something pretty incredible. We're going to unpack how a single massive physical infrastructure project is acting as a literal economic catalyst, completely rewiring supply chains across North India. We hear about new roads being built all the time, right? But it's actually super rare to see one completely redraw the economic map of a region in real time. So let's take a really close look at the newly opened Ganga Expressway in Uttar Pradesh.
30,000 crore rupees. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is the astonishing amount of annual logistics savings projected to be unlocked by just this one newly opened route. And we aren't talking about total revenue here. No, we're talking about pure bottom-line operational savings for businesses every single year simply by using this new corridor. It's honestly a staggering figure, and it immediately tells us why this project is just absolutely critical.
Here's our quick roadmap for today. First, the mega expressway opens. Second, slashing time and money. Third, the great freight migration. Fourth, an industrial corridor awakens. And finally, the trillion-dollar destination. Let's get into it.
Starting with Section 1, the Mega Expressway opens. Spanning a massive 594 kilometers, this corridor directly connects key districts, stretching all the way from Meerut right down to Prayagraj. And wow, it is built for serious volume. It's got 6 lanes right now, but it's designed to easily bump up to 8 lanes the moment traffic demands it. Think of it as a giant concrete artery linking western and eastern Uttar Pradesh together. The momentum behind this whole thing is just wild. The foundation stone was laid back in December 2021, and boom, it was inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi in Hardoi by April 2026. Taking less than 5 years from foundation to completion is lightning fast for a project of this scale. And get this, they aren't even stopping there. Future phases are already in the works to extend this vital link even further out to Hardwar in Uttarakhand.
Moving right along to Section 2, slashing time and money.
We're looking at a trip that used to be a really grueling 10 to 12 hours, now slashed to just 5 to 8 hours. By nearly halving the travel time between Meerut and Prayagraj, this corridor does something almost magical for businesses. It brings unprecedented predictability to commercial trucking. I mean, if you're managing a regional supply chain, knowing your truck is going to roll up in 6 hours instead of, say, maybe 12, well, that completely changes your inventory math. And hey, you don't just have to take my word for it. Industry leaders like Dipanjan Banerjee, the chief commercial officer at Blue Dart, have pointed out that these time savings fundamentally reshape routing operations. For years, logistics companies were stuck relying heavily on older, super-congested traditional hubs. The Ganga Expressway effectively bridges that geographic gap, which means companies can literally bypass those old bottlenecks entirely. All right, Section 3, the Great Freight Migration.
So currently, Uttar Pradesh handles between 245 and 260 million tons of intrastate freight every year, plus another 135 to 150 million tons of outbound freight. We aren't just talking about abstract numbers on a spreadsheet here. We are talking about the literal lifeblood of the economy. This is everyday stuff like food grains, construction materials, and outbound electronics that's now going to seamlessly glide across the state, totally avoiding those old, agonizingly slow routes. And this next point, it's absolutely vital for global trade. The northern region accounts for over 31% of India's total air freight movement. According to Jitendra Srivastava, the CEO of Triton Logistics, the expressway is going to act as a crucial artery here. It's essentially going to funnel this massive share of regional freight straight toward major air cargo hubs and ports. It basically turns the whole state into a highly efficient conveyor belt for international trade.
Because of this newly found predictability and speed, a whole bunch of diverse industries, from manufacturing all the way to e-commerce, are going to be the first to see dramatic benefits. Think about it. Whether it's moving perishable agricultural produce before it spoils, delivering pharmaceuticals that need really strict temperature controls, or just making sure you get your next day e-commerce delivery. Ultimately, this means fresher food on your table, cheaper goods at your door, and just a way more robust supply chain overall. Which brings us to Section 4, an industrial corridor awakens.
987. That is a massive, massive indicator of future growth. The state has already locked in an incredible 987 investment proposals worth roughly 46,660 crore rupees. And these aren't just, vague promises on paper. These are concrete investments to develop 12 specific industrial nodes covering over 6,500 acres right alongside the road. So the expressway isn't just a way to get from point A to point B, it's physically anchoring new businesses to the land surrounding it. There's a great quote from Nikil Agrawal, the president of CJ Dark Logistics, that hits the nail on the head regarding this shift in corporate strategy. This on-the-ground enthusiasm perfectly shows how lower land costs, mixed with lightning-fast connectivity, are making it super profitable for corporations to build massive warehouses in non-metro areas like Hardoi and Shahjahanpur. Actually, it makes total sense. You no longer need to pay premium real estate prices in the big cities when the expressway practically brings the big city to you.
Finally, Section 5, the trillion-dollar destination. UP Industrial Development Minister Nandgopal Gupta has made it crystal clear. The state has a serious, long-term target of reaching a $1 trillion economy. He looks at this expressway and doesn't just see a road. He sees the ultimate integrated manufacturing engine. Over the long haul, this single infrastructure project is expected to pump over 1 lakh crore rupees into the state economy. It's essentially the catapult designed to launch them toward that massive trillion-dollar milestone.
And they've got a really clear, structured playbook to get there. Step 1, network the Ganga Expressway into other major corridors, like the Agra-Lucknow and Bundelkhand expressways. Step 2 is leveraging that sprawling network to establish massive industrial and IT parks. And Step 3 is reaping the rewards of all that groundwork through massive job creation and long-term export growth. The state is actively building, step by step, a foolproof foundation for lasting global trade competitiveness. Which brings up a really fascinating thought to leave you with today. We've just seen how the Ganga Expressway is slicing through transit times, attracting billions in investment, and totally shifting the center of gravity away from those traditional congested hubs. As these mega corridors effectively erase the friction of distance, the ultimate winners of the next economic boom might just be outside the big cities. So are Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities the real future of India's global trade? Let that sit with you for a bit. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and definitely keep your eyes on the road ahead.